Welcome to Maseches Peah. As I won't in this cycle, we are going to follow the pagination of the Art Scroll / Oz V'Harder edition, but also referencing where we are in the Vilna edition of the Yerushalmi as well. In the Art Scroll edition, the Yerushalmi goes up to Daf Ayin Gimel. In the Vilna edition, it went up to Daf Lamed Zayin, I believe. Lamed Ches. No, Lamed Hey. No. That's a Daf Lamed Zayin. So, obviously, the Peah blot in the Yerushalmi Art Scroll are going to be about half the size of the Peah blot in the Vilna, and we'll note accordingly. Now, the Mishnah, with which we open the Yerushalmi Peah, is a very famous Mishnah, because we say davening every morning. These are the things which have no measure. The specific measure, Moshe says, Rabbanan, the Peah Shir Kanamas, these are the Kaman, Ein Poschim, the Peah B'Shishim. Later on, I'm going to learn that these things have no Shir D'Oraisa, some of them have a Shir D'Rabbanan. So it's Peah 1/60th of your field as a minimum. But Bikurim, the first fruit you bring, how much first fruit you bring? No Shir. Very young. The person has to go into the Beis Hamikdash three times, then during the three pilgrimage festivals, Sukkot, Pesach, Shavuos, Sukkot, and the Chsiv Shosh Pamim B'Shana Yerkos L'cha. For Yezos Ein Lo Shir. This Riyah has no Shir. The Kol Eimas Shaboy Ayel Mechse Mischaz B'Nafik. There's no limit up until how many times you come into the Beis Hamikdash. That's one shot. Inami, or else Rayon or Laser Iya B'Shamei Chagiga. Shechayev Lavi. That you have to bring. You'll see Blair Panay Rekam. You have to you come to the Beis Hamikdash. You're supposed to bring Olas Riyah. It's Yontif also Shamei Chagiga. Well, since it's also Yontif Shamei Chagiga. Ein Lo Shir Midaraisa. See, Ishmael and Asiyodel, bring as many as you want. But Chachavim, that's what Shir, Olas Riyah should be more Kesef, Chagiga Shtei Kesef. Olas Riyah should be one Ma and Chagiga 2 Mos. So, it's, I don't know where my Chabrusa got this. My Chabrusa said in the name of Rav Yoshiv Zatzal that the Shir, Elvan Shir by Rayon means the value of the korban, not the amount of korbanos you bring, and that's what seems to be from the Moshe as well here, that it's the value of the korban has no Shir. Obviously there's no limit to Chesed, the Talmud Torah, obviously as well, these are the things where a person eats the benefits, like one benefits from the fruit of a tree in this world, but the Karen, the principle, like the trunk of the tree, is an Olam Haba. So the main reward is Olam Haba, one that gets benefits in this world. Keep it up aim, about Shalom ben Adam Chabero, bringing peace between two friends who were not at peace. And Talmud Torah Keneged Kulam, and Talmud Torah corresponds in its significance to all the other ones. To put together. Says Gemara, Rabbi Binyamin bar Levi, Amar, Rabbi Yitzchak, Rabbi Binyamin bar Levi, Amar, he said, Rabbi Yitzchak, Rabbi Ami Habi Yasvi. That Rabbi Yitzchak and Rabbi is sitting. Makshi asked, Lama Latina Truma Imahen. Why is it not mentioned in our Mishnah that Truma? Because Truma also has no Shir Midaraisa. Even one kernel of grain exempts the entire pile of grain. Chachamim gave a shir. Ayin Yafa is 1/40th, Bena is 1/50th, and Ayin Ro would be 1/60th, but it has no shir d'oraisa. So Amar Rabbi Ami mibnei machlokes. This is it sounds like because it's an argument, but the Kavanaki, we have not seen before in Brachos. Kavanaki is a parish which is one of my favorites. It's not a relatively few Masechtas in Tzorayim, but it's a great edition of of the um, Yerushalmi and the sections in which it appears, and it was written by different people over time. Rabbi Carmel was involved, Rabbi Yehuda Leo Levi was involved, and Rabbi Gershon Metzger. So it is it's a great work on Yerushalmi, and I use it extensively. And the Kavanaki says, "Machlokes here means not what it normally means. It means because it's mechulekes bedina. It has a different din from the other things that are mentioned here. How so? So it says, Rabbi Yossi, Adam osa kosa deo bikurim. A person can make his entire field into bikurim. Be'adam osa kosa deo truma. Truma, there has to be something left. Moshe says, "Ba'ina shia sharani karim." Let's see, shis l'goncha, kli'amachi shayar sham chulin. You have to leave some chulin over, otherwise it doesn't work. Truma has to be from the field, not the entire field. So therefore, because it's unlike anything else, you can make an entire field peah, make an entire field bikurim. So therefore, it's different from the case of our Mishnah, and that's why it's not brought down in our Mishnah. They asked, "Harei omer peah." Wait a minute, is that true? You can't make your entire field peah either. Utnisa Rabbi Yossi, Kitzira Shabbos Yishoina Domel Lemirucho. So Rabbi Yossi says, no, not true. Peah is not the same as Truma. As he says, when you cut your first kernel of grain, that is like Peah, that is like Miruach by Truma, smoothing the pile. Just like smoothing the pile is the time when you become Chayiv in Truma, so too, cutting the first kernel is the time to become Chayiv in Peah. Actual cuts are supposed to Rishona. Before you cut the first kernel, there's no Chiyah Peah. That's we have to begin the harvest. Misha cuts it once you start harvesting. Shabbos Rishona, the first shibola, I said kernel, but it's the first tuft of grain, whatever, stalk of grain. Mischayv say peah, you're chayiv in peah. Bikesh asos kosa deu peah, osa. But yes, in fact, if you want to make an entire field peah, you're allowed to make an entire field peah. Bram hacha, but here, ad shalom nismarech hakri, before the pile is smooth, lo nischayev kero truma. He doesn't have to yet give truma from his pile. So bikesh lasos ko nismarech. Once it didn't be ruch, because those ko kero truma eino oseh. You can't make an entire field into truma, and so the Pnei Moshe says, Rabbi Yosef kato dam in the peah truma. The tzir shabbos rishon dam in the merucha. Klamar, dami ena dam aseh kosa peah dafka shelo yischil l'tzor. You can't make all the field peah. That you have to first start harvesting, and then you're going to give peah. You can't the first initial stalk can't be peah, but afterwards the whole thing can be peah. That's like miruach by truma, and by truma you have to leave something at the end, right? Let's go on and see Pnei Moshe about that further. When you harvest, if you want to make the rest of your peah, gesund to eat, right? But the far creating baby cuts ready when you're harvesting. But truma lo olam any achol asos hakol truma shevei shlo nismach hakrisho truma lo yischayv keu truma klal. So it has to be doggone, which is defined as after the pile is smooth. But afterwards, you still can't make all of your kri truma because we need to have shireh nikorim. So therefore, final analysis, truma doesn't fit into the pattern of our Mishnah, and that's why it's not mentioned in our Mishnah. And we are way, since the first article about is very, very short, we're already way into Daf Beis. So maybe we should stop here. No, let's go 2 more lines. We get to 2 dots. So because the Tzina Taman, Homer, we learned over there. Homer Kogani Chuma. Somebody says, all my silos should be Chuma. Or my dough should be Chala Lo Maklum. It's meaningless. It's null and void. Achi Shar makes us because he has to leave over, both not just by Truma, but also by Chala, which is similar to Truma, and therefore these things are not similar to the case of our Mishnah. We will stop here, 2 dots, and continue with Hashem. We'll get tomorrow.